what you're supposed to be working on, sweetheart, with Dr. Sherman. Have you been doing those letters he wants you to do? Dear Evan Hansen.
I've been trying to.
Those letters are important, honey. You have to keep working. We can't go back to where you were last year, right?
Whoa, that movie, wow, I mean, whew, it wasn't that bad. Okay, so I really don't read reviews before going to see these movies, and I didn't read reviews for this one either, but being online, it's hard not to notice all the bad press and bad word of mouth this movie was getting. So I'm going into this thing like, oh shit, is this gonna be a continuation of Music? Is it gonna have the batshit mental expertise of Collateral Beauty or God's Club without the religion? And no, it's not a fraction as bad as those. Now that's not saying the movie's very good either, because yeah, it's got a lot of problems. A lot has been written about Ben Platt's age and that he looks much older than the character he's playing. And true, he does. It is a bit distracting at times, especially with the makeup they have on him and his hair. But honestly, I don't know how much I would have noticed it if I hadn't seen all the jokes about it beforehand. Look, I watch a lot of slasher movies, so maybe I'm kinda used to this. I'm sure I would have noticed if I went in blind, but I don't know if I would have been looking for it as much. Plus, it's not like he's the only actor in the movie like this. There's a few others too who look older as well. And sometimes when a character is introduced, I was wondering if it was a student or a teacher. So, I guess Ben Platt does blend in with the actors just fine, I suppose. This was a detail about the movie that I did kinda forget about as the movie went along. Part of that is because performance-wise, he's really damn good in the movie. His voice is excellent. He's remarkable in these musical scenes. Plus, in the more dramatic scenes, you can hardcore tell he's lived with this character for a long time and knows him inside and out since he's played him on stage before. Now, as for the plot of the movie, it's a little awkward. So he writes a letter to himself as a therapy exercise, but then another kid, Connor, finds it and he has the letter on him when he commits suicide. So Connor's parents think that it was Connor who wrote the letter to Evan Hansen. And given Evan is faced with this grieving family, he goes along with it for most of the movie. For a lot of it, I was with it for the most part. Sure, I don't think that's something I would do in that situation, but I'm not this kid. I didn't have this high school experience. I'm not in his shoes. And honestly, watching the scene play out, I kinda get his mindset for going along with this. To a point. When it gets to where he starts crafting other fake letters to try to pass them off as Connor's, then I'm like, okay bro, whatever bad comes of this, now it's on you, man. Seriously, you could probably recut this movie to make a fake thriller trailer out of it. But unlike something like Collateral Beauty, which was about terrible people doing terrible things, and I don't think the movie was aware that they're terrible, I never thought Evan Hansen was a bad person at all. I think both him and the movie has its heart in the right place, even if it's not working. And through the movie, you see that there are some good things that come out of this situation, and how it has helped some other characters. I'll say this though, when you have scenes that are already uncomfortable, the movie being a musical makes it a bit more awkward too. There'd be times when I'd forget this was a musical, then he'll be sitting at a table with Connor's family, where they're grieving and in denial about how much they didn't know their son well, and how their daughter hated her brother. Then Evan starts singing, and I'm like, whoa, time and place. There's a comedy musical number when they're crafting the fake letters and showing these fake scenarios, but that's sandwiched between heavy scenes of drama. And it's like, I appreciate the dark comedy, but pick a tone. Right after the comedy number, Connor's sister contemplates suicide in her car. The movie is also too goddamn long. There's so many scenes that could be trimmed or taken out. There's no reason for this to be 2 hours and 20 minutes, and God, it feels that long. The music in the movie is good, and some of it is quite powerful. But when the movie's already too long and in the third act, when a song comes in, I was thinking, oh God, get closer to the end, please. Some characters are a little too naive as well. There's a lot of times Evan should have told the truth, but then there's a part where a character does something that kinda leads to the truth coming out, and I'm thinking, wow, you are a goddamn self-righteous idiot for doing that. Like I said, the movie isn't great, but I've seen people call this the worst musical of all time. This isn't even the worst musical I've seen this month. The only way this is the worst musical is if you've only seen 2 musicals, and the other is High Tops. And even then, you can make a very strong case High Tops is worse. I'll give it a C. This movie's not a train wreck, though I do sort of wish it was, cause then maybe it would have been more entertaining. And I demand the porn parody Dear Evan Stone. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. Check out our other review for the weekend on The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and next week we'll have Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Alright, see you next time.